Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex, and I'm here with Gatien from Salomon. Gatien is the specialist when it comes to Salomon road shoes. We've had the S-Lab Phantasm 2 dropping earlier this year, and now we have another one, S-Lab Spectur. Gatien, what is it all about?
So I hope first that you enjoy the S-Lab Phantasm 2. S-Lab Phantasm 2 is the best shoe that we have in the range for elite and sub-elite athletes. So for those people basically who run sub 3 hours marathons, then you can translate to other distances. But knowing that this shoe is developed really for top athletes, the best athletes in the world. S-Lab Spectre is another animal. The purpose of this shoe is basically when you look at the marathon, 4% of the people who start a marathon each year break the 3 hour barrier, knowing that the world record is 2 hour flat now. There's a long way to go before we equip everybody with some shoes that are adapted to their needs. So S-Lab Spectre, the intent and the purpose of this shoe is having the best equipment as possible, the best shoe as possible for a different audience, which is amateur runners, the middle of the pack, but people who are still committed to running, who want to improve their PR. They do train for 12 weeks for a marathon. And they are really committed to the sport. They're just not pro athletes, and they don't have the same abilities, the same capabilities, and the same physics and running techniques.
And you mentioned people not running sub 3 hours, but beyond 3 hours, there's a lot. There's 3:34, 4:35. Is this shoe designed for a specific pace, a specific time target?
Sub 3:30 and maybe up to sub 4:20. But yeah, it's still like in between these kind of paces. And the shoe has a lot more potential, even for people who are more into the sub-elite runners, but more for training, whenever they want to do a threshold and any kind of workout that is not at race pace.
What are the technologies? What are the specs? The S-Lab Phantasm 2 brought PIBA in its most beautiful way on the Salomon lineup. Do we have PIBA as well here? And what are the other compounds?
Yes, we do. So this shoe basically is not a takedown from the S-Lab Phantasm 2, and I think it's really important to mention it. It's a shoe of its own that is a new franchise called Spectur for us, and that is alongside Phantasm. While Phantasm is really the franchise for elite and sub-elite athletes, Spectur is going to be the shoe for a more inclusive audience. And that is going to what we call like bring the democratization of speed being super inclusive at the moment. So this shoe features all the most premium fabrics and materials that you can expect in a high-end super shoe. So PIBA midsole with Energy Foam Plus on the top layer. This is the same foam as the one we have on S-Lab Phantasm 2. A carbon plate that has a unique geometry. We will talk about it later, I think. Carbon plate. And very nice rocker geometry that is very unique to this product and once again different from the one you have on S-Lab Phantasm 2.
And Gatien, you mentioned the plate geometry. There's something specific about it when it comes to the rocker. And also the upper is special. Can you explain a bit more in details those two pieces?
Yeah, so when thinking about this shoe, we really thought about the running techniques of this specific audience that might be more like of a heel foot striker versus mid-foot forefoot striker for the elites. So additional support, especially on the rear part of the shoe with a wider landing platform on the heel, and then a rocket geometry that is very unique to this concept. The pivot point has been moved backwards versus what you can find on the S-Lab Phantasm 2 in order to facilitate the transition from heel to toe so that the less time you spend on the ground, the more time you spend moving forward. And from the upper perspective then, as this runner might spend twice the amount of time in the shoes than the elites, we added more padding to the upper, especially collar section and the tongue, to be slightly less minimalistic, but bring the right level of comfort to support the runners from the starting line to the finish line.
And can you give us the stack height in the heel, the drop, and maybe the weights?
So we wanted this shoe to be legal from a World Athletics standpoint. So it's 38.5 millimeter on the heel, drop 8, which makes it super like high cushioned and progressive shoe on the market.
I had it in my hands, and this is a higher size than sample size, but it seems very lightweight as well. Do you have an idea of the weight range?
Yeah, it is around 235 grams in sample size, so 8.2 ounces. Which makes it like a super competitive weight when it comes to super shoes and racing shoes on the market.
And Gatien, many people watching us may be wondering, this seems to be a great shoe. When can I race in it in 2024? What's the release date, and do you know the price of this shoe?
Yeah, so this shoe is going to be released in May 1st, 2024. Price point will be $250 to €20. And stay tuned. I think this shoe is going to be the one for 24.
Thank you very much, Gatien. There's a Salomon playlist right here. Click on it because we have more road shoes with Gatien and also trail with Salomon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.